So I feel like a lot of people, I'm not sure how many people qualified or like didn't qualify, but it did feel very like, oh, we're in the thick of it. Maybe that's also because I went directly against Albert and got curb stopped. Maybe that's why I feel like it's also top heavy. Me and Silver, after you qualify, were like, this is top heavy. Yeah, yeah. I would like to see more. I guess like less high stakes. Pretty sure most of the top 10 qualified and made it. Yeah, I went through because I was really curious. I went through the list of like when the list came out for the qualifiers. I went through and like top 10 was very well represented, I will say. Once you get past the top 10, it becomes a little bit more sporadic, but it is still very like top 10, top, like 15, top 20. I think there were like three. I want to say there were like two or three people who weren't top 50. It might have been two. It might have been me and then someone else I don't remember. Which even now you've ranked up since qual. Yeah, now number 5. Yeah, I mean, I literally started from the bottom. Now we're here, but that's because I wasn't in the modding scene. Today we are ranked 43. Last stream we were not in the top 50. I should say we started last stream not in the top 50, and then we ended the stream in the top 50. But now we're 43. When we started qualifiers, actually, I can check. I can check directly. When was qualifiers? Let me just pull up here. April 15th. So I can just check my own. There we are. April 15th, we were 63. So not even like within the 50s. We were 63. Now we're 43. So we moved up a handsome 20 points since we qualified, which I feel like the competition kind of heats up the closer you get to like top 20. But actually, I'm gonna refill my water real quick, so I will be back in a couple minutes. And then we'll get back to some more tromboning. But I will see you in just a little bit. Okay, we're back. Should probably change back to this scene now that I think about it. Could also put a pause on the music. Did I tweet out the stream? No, totally forgot. Okay. Did I at least post in the Discord? Yeah. Well, at least we did that. Electro number 3, Albert number 1, Salient number 2, Illu number 4, Beta 8, Maddie 5, Danu 17, Noise 9, Radio 21, Crafted Cart 31st, Fish Chaz 12, Emmett 10, Lawyer 48, Cyan 26, Professor Room 43, Mushimushi 32. So yeah, we were definitely 48. Oh yeah, I gotcha. So we were second lowest. Well, I guess we're second lowest now, but we were at time of qualifiers lowest. This is current, right? Yeah. Gotcha. So we're not the lowest anymore. We actually moved up within the ranks. That's pretty surprising. Although I guess like the leaderboard stuff depends a lot on like how often you play. Like or how much you play, I should say. And we've been playing like pretty much every day. So I guess it's pretty expected that we would be continuing to rank up. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 12, and then 21, 26, 32, 43, 48. So I guess that's in 17. So that would be a fourth. Fourth of them are over 25. A fourth are over 25, and like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 2/3 are, or not 2/3, half. Half is top 10. Right? Did I do that right? Oh no, this is. Did I do that right? Yeah. Right, because the losers bracket, people are still in. Yeah. That's, yeah, that is very top heavy. Yeah. That's a thing where, like, I wish there were just more players in it so that it would kind of even things out a little bit more. Lawyers are, right, because of the scheduling, right? Or do they have a matchup? %50 top 10, 75% top 25. Right. Yeah. I mean, I understand why they like capped it at 16 for qualifiers, because it's just so many schedules and things that you have to keep track of, and like getting the times out for the people that are in it is already so much of a headache. And then there's like, oh, making sure everybody has the right maps and etc. etc. I would, however, really like to see a like smaller scope tournament where it's like maybe a weekend or something, or like 1 or 2 weeks where it's just like most people can enter, and then maybe just do like immediate elimination instead of qualifiers. something like that. I don't know. Maybe two 16-player brackets, top 16 and bottom. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I have my own idea. I'm trying to cook up another tournament for like music streamers. Nothing's set in stone yet. I kind of figured that I had the idea before this tournament like started. It had like just been announced, and I was like, oh, maybe we sort this out after. So I told Chris, I'm like, hey, you're probably busy with this, so I'll, you know, kind of let this happen so that you don't have two things going at the same time. But the tentative plan for me is like once I get eliminated, then I'll start kind of discussing and seeing maybe if we can pull it together and do it. But the idea would be like a sort of like what's it called? Germa's House Flipper Invitational, something like that. Although with potentially less famous streamers, but in like a similar vein where it's just like a for funsies type tournament. Because I feel like Twitch Music and Trombone Champ is there's not as much crossover as you would think. Like I think that like a bunch of streamers have played Trombone Champ like when it first came out, but in terms of like custom maps and things like that, most I would say music streamers are just completely like oblivious to it. And that's where I come in. Where I introduce them to it. So I think that that would be really cool, especially with like the multiplayer mod now. I could see this having like a second wind for like discoverability and stuff. More of a rhythm game than a music game. Yeah, that's for sure. I do think that it hits a very like musician like funny bone, I guess. Like the humor is very musician coded. So I think that like the base game for sure appeals a lot to musicians. Charting the winner song in Trombone Champ. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure how like the details would pan out, but it is something I want to pull together to do an invitational. What would be really rad? I don't know if this is even possible, but it would be super cool if it happened. If there were like a Twitch Rivals event for it using the multiplayer mod. Custom charts, write the notes in the DAW, then export as MIDI. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's very musician coded. I will say. I would say more than like most other rhythm games that I'm familiar with. Although, to be fair, that's not many. um, but yeah, I think it would be really sick to pull a bunch of professional musicians and then have them play Trombone Champ, and then just fail miserably. Because they're like surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, not a whole lot of crossover in terms of skill for Trombone Champ and musicianship. I mean, there's a bit. It's not zero, but it isn't the biggest advantage in the world. I feel like in order for TC to get a Twitch Rivals thing, you would need a lot of streamers who are around the same skill. Yeah, yeah. I think that I would. The idea would be to pull streamers who have like either never played the game or have played it like very briefly as like a one-off like stream thing, and it would be I don't know. I guess like for Rivals, it's more competitive, right? Because there's typically like a prize pool or something. But it would be cool. I think that like not so much for like the competition aspect of it, but definitely more in terms of like discoverability and more people knowing about it. Because I feel like, especially with the multiplayer mod, it's so much fun, but almost like no one knows that it exists compared to like the broader understanding of like even custom charts. I think like there was like reporting and stuff and like games media for people being like they put one winged angel in trombone champ. So I feel like having a like a Twitch event with streamers who kind of have not that much info as to like where the game currently stands in terms of the modding community. Dragon Force, yeah. But like the multiplayer is just so much fun, and it is like astounding that you look at a game that doesn't have multiplayer, and then now it does. Like that. That is wild. It is wild that that exists, and I do feel like the barrier of entry is much lower than you would expect. Like for me, my path for discovering the scene was like pretty much the same, where I was aware that custom tracks were a thing, but I just didn't really bother with it until I started streaming the game to S rank all the base game tracks. And then I had people be like, oh, you know, there's like a modding community. And then once I had gotten through all the base game tracks, I was like, oh, let's do like Twitch requests for things. Took the whole game so long to get. Yeah, it is. I have no like I have no grasp on how difficult it was to do, but just from a layman's perspective, it looks incredibly impossible. If you stream and it pops up in a back, we see that you don't have mods. Yeah, yeah. We'll make you download mods. Yeah. Yeah, that is what happened. That is what happened with me. I was streaming Trombone Champ and I'm like, well, you know, I'm on a quest to be the best like no one ever was. I'm going to S rank all the charts. And then Grist and Electro and everybody else popped in chat and they were like, allow us to introduce ourselves. Post hiatus though. Yeah. I feel like I'm not at all warmed up anymore, especially because I've been talking instead of playing the game. Try to S rank as yeah, and then top 10 hop in say hi. Yeah, so fall of 22 is when was it fall? Yeah, fall of 22 is when I first played the game, and then I went through and S ranked all the tracks. And then I was like, cool, I'm never going to play this game again. And then flash forward to like February of March, I think. February or March of this year. I think February, like late February maybe. I started playing the tracks that were updated, or I should say they were added in updates. 4 months, 5 months ago. Fastest to get top 10. That is impressive, I gotta say. Well, your IRL Trumbo Champ got all state banned. Yeah, yeah. So I've been playing. Let me check. I can check very easily. I can just go pull it up. Hold on. We started playing the game again in it was February. Yeah. It was like February 20th or something. And then we started like a week later with the mods. So about 2 months now. How many hours do I have in the game? I don't think that many, or at least not last time I checked. I think there was one time that I left it on for like 12 hours or so. But in Steam, the total is 161. Just hit 200 today. Yeah, so you're 40 hours ahead of me. And that's all just the one file. Memed your first stream of the year for a week. Yeah. Yeah, so we're doing our best to climb up. We're doing our damnedest. I will also say that like it's been more like a month of actually seriously playing the game. uh because a part of that was like doing the base game tracks, and then it wasn't until pretty much like the start of qualifiers when I actually started like trying to progress in terms of the game. In part because that's when I started like with the low latency mod, and then turning off like edge enhancement on my mouse and scrambling my brain by changing all my settings. So we're definitely speed running through like getting good for sure. Yeah, this is the first stream of the year for sure. Don't don't check how many streams I've done this year. I'm actually surprised that it's not more hours in the game. So I wonder what it was last time I checked. Like, I don't remember how many hours I had at the start of the year, or like the start of me playing it this year. I could probably figure out the math if I say like it might have been like 36. I think it was like 36 hours actually. Around that for pre this year. Weirdest method of playing Trombone Champ. Only use two keys on your keyboard ever. Alternate mouse aim and settings. Weird monitor resolution so your game is stretched. Oh, so does that put like your cursor more like centered in your monitor, or are you just is it just like squished aspect ratio? More left. Gotcha. Yeah, I was using a CRT as my monitor primarily, which was really nice for the zero like input lag. But then I was like, this CRT doesn't have nearly as many hours left on it. I don't know if I would have spent like all of it being used on Trombone Champ. So we switched to like a normal monitor. Like 3 months into being a regularly scheduled streamer. Um Only use it for classic Tetris. Yeah, I am a bit of a CRT aficionado of as I'm known for. The reason I swapped out the CRT, so I have two CRT monitors, PC monitors, I should say. One is an old like Dell, like standard ass, like P991. And I just had that for 20 years. um, but that one doesn't go up to like 1080p resolution. So when I started streaming, I started using a much better monitor that goes up to like 2K resolution. It is an insanely good CRT. Um which is like also why I stopped using it for streaming because I was like this thing is too good to just use like to burn all of its hours essentially streaming. So I recently caved and got a 240 hertz LCD. 20 years old, you were using as a toddler. Actually, yes. Actually, yes. It is the monitor that I've been using for the entirety of my life. I still have it. And then I have like a bunch of other CRTs for like retro game stuff. I have like two professional monitors, one consumer monitor. And then like a couple other ones that don't work. Laptop gamer. I I was never much of a PC gamer. I am currently using a an Alienware pre-built, very small, like chassis PC that I got in like 2014 that has gone through a few a few modifications to make it survive. The one thing that I haven't upgraded on the computer though, which I probably should because it's like showing issues. I have 8 gigabytes of RAM total on my computer. And it runs surprisingly well. I mean, I'm not throwing demanding games at it by any stretch, but being able to have three monitors going here, streaming and playing the game on the same computer with 8 gigabytes of RAM is kind of insane. One your NES uses so you can play competitive NES Tetris. Yeah. Yeah. I I never really got into like competitive gaming stuff, but I always had like a respect for it. I once almost many years ago, I once almost got into speedrunning Zelda's Adventure for the Philips CDI. That was the closest that I've gotten to to competitive gaming stuff. Only 8 GB of RAM for a long time. Upgrade last summer. PC was struggling. Yeah. 87. That's too much RAM. See, my brain is still stuck in like 2014, 2016. When was the last time that I actually was looking at computer spec stuff? Oh, yeah, accuracy on that. I was gonna say, are you generating a Marvel movie on your laptop? I'm like 64, I understand. Maybe like 128, 16 GB RAM. I was gonna say that. I was gonna say the rule of thumb that I operated on, but I never upgraded my RAM, so maybe I didn't operate on it. Was like for gaming stuff, you just need 16. Like 8 is gonna get you half of the way for most things, if that's the only thing that you're doing, like at any given point. And then 16 is like that's when you actually get to use your computer. Old laptop had 32. Yeah. I'm still operating on the heuristic that like 32 and 64 is when you want to edit videos. Although I guess RAM is probably one of the things that is less like a bottleneck in terms of game stuff. Like it's much more graphics card and then lesser extent like CPU and whatever. Anyway, I see you're keeping me on track. Actually practicing the charts. 32 and 64 is you want to host a Minecraft server and play on it at the same time. Yeah. Oh, it's Highbreaker. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. I am definitely no longer warmed up though. Let's throw. Wait. I'm gonna throw a track in here first to get warmed up. Because we definitely got cold after talking for so long. Now that you're thinking about it, I feel like you and Danu will come down to Danu. Is it? It's Danu, right? I always want to read it Danu because that's like a nickname for another friend that I know. Danu? Okay. That makes so much more sense. But yeah, it'll come down to who practices HD maps more. Yeah, I definitely think that that is going to be the deciding factor for sure. I think it's going to come down to primarily two things. One, who ever practiced HD more, and two, whoever is more susceptible to nerves. I will say for me, in my like in the qualifiers and in the matches that I had against Albert, I am very consistent with nerves, I will say. I don't like I am susceptible to them for sure. There is still a like a percentage in terms of accuracy for my best or like my typical score that I will see. I do hold up generally well. Like I feel like I'm very consistent with how worse off I do. Feels like a coin toss for every matchup. Yeah. Yeah. Showed like no nerves. I think with Albert though, the matches with Albert is that like I had already gone into it accepting my fate. Did you remember seeing Cursor Shake? Yeah, I feel like I mean, I'm sure that like once I go up in a matchup that is actually going to be close, I'm probably going to be like more susceptible to nerves. But like I feel like with the way that those matches went, I don't think anybody would not be like sweating bullets because it was trading back and forth so often. It was like one person would be in the lead and then they would come up to like a slight hiccup and the other person would be just performing a little bit better and then they would be gaining on the lead and then it would be back and forth the whole time. Also, Danu will be more nervous because if you win, it'll be double upset knockout. Seed 7 versus seed 10, then seed 7 versus. Yeah, yeah. I do think that Danu definitely has a like higher base skill level than I do. Like I'm very capable of high performance, I will say, and like relatively speaking. um but my consistent level is typically much lower. Like I don't have quite the level of like muscle memory. Taps in particular is something that I'm not very good with. But like I can throw out some pretty good scores every once in a while. Like like we're top 10 on Haramuchi. But like this is one that I practiced. Danu versus Crafted was a nail biter. Danu just missed more. Yeah, yeah, it really did come down to that. And like that's the thing, right? It wasn't just like Danu was doing like worse with the nerves in particular. Like they were both feeling the pressure for sure. Karikin more? Or Kurikan? Oh yeah, right, for this. For this. I forgot that this was one of the maps that we have. I still feel like I'm not quite warm. Let's throw one last brain scrambler in the mix, and then we'll let the cards play where they lie, as the expression definitely goes. But this is going to scramble my brain for sure. Don't think anyone but Albert and Italy play on this more than, or play on this at 1x speed. Almost FC'd with outro, but missed the entire, or this on HD. I can't speak. We've been going for 5 hours. I feel like words are starting to become scarce at this point. I just am a huge sucker for Castlevania. So that's why I play this. Although I'm not, super well acquainted with it. And it is definitely like impossibly difficult. But still. Yeah, I'm gonna play through this, and then maybe we'll just do like rounding out the rest of the tournament maps. Top 5, let's go. Top 3.
Just might fly away to someplace they don't know.
Okay, we're gonna come back to that.
Now I'm riding shotgun in
Thank you for the raid.
car. We drive through the city
Welcome on,
like explorers
welcome on
going
in.
65, glowing hair flying across your face.
If I had a nickel for every time someone raided while I was playing the song, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but kind of weird that it happened twice. Oh yeah, that would be super helpful.
Run away to some place we can be who we are. We can be who we are. I love you, Mom.
Thank you again for the raid. Is it Milatsune? I don't know how to read, and I've been streaming for 5 hours, so let me know if that's the right pronunciation. What were y'all getting up to? We are practicing for the Trombone Champ Toot Tally Community Championship. Mispronounce it. Literally everyone's user. As soon as you hit the go live button, you definitely lose like 5% intelligence points. Not you, but like in general, streaming. I feel like it does it to people. The other day I was doing spell check and I misspelled the word speech. Playing Animal Crossing. Nice. It has been a very long time since I played Animal Crossing. But I did put in a lot of hours into New Horizons. I think it would be maybe fun to return to it, check out some of the content that I missed. I did have an extremely cursed island. I will say that much. There's a murder basement and everything. Actually, tell you what, we'll play through the rest of these tracks, and then I will show off my my house in Animal Crossing. You don't have to stick around for that if you if you have to bounce. I totally understand. But we'll round out the tracks and then I'll show it off because it's been a while since I even hopped on. So. We'll be able to do better. I want to take more time for like the more difficult tracks in particular and kind of give them the due diligence. As you can see, at least in terms of this standing, we got a ways we got a ways to go. Would have been like 76 without the gap. Yeah. Which is it's close to our best. But we still got a ways. I definitely feel like the more technically demanding stuff I'm not good at like right out the bat. I think with practice it's gonna be a little bit closer. These charts are Janu's. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I'm hoping I can get better at hidden. I think strategically that's the one area where I might be able to pull an advantage. Teku, yeah, for sure. All right, next up, Kirakuna Reba, Kirakuna Reba. I can't read. If you can take those two HDs, you pull back those two tech mech. Yeah, yeah, that's the idea. I do think the one gamble with HD is not so much because it's like a wild card in terms of maybe your opponent is really bad at HD, maybe your opponent's really good at HD. I feel like the real gamble with HD is switching either from regular to HD and then back, or just switching back to regular after starting with HD. Because it's like it takes a little bit to retrain your brain back to like a slower scroll speed. So I feel like that is kind of the difficult thing with HD is the switching back and forth, because it always takes me a little bit of time, and you'll like notice it even in the stream when I was playing HD and then I switched to normal maps and I was doing like markedly worse. It's just like that practicing the switch as well. Salient uses 190 standard, 230 HD. Yeah, yeah, that's why I've bumped up my scroll speed a bit as well, because I used to be on 100, and then I was like, this is not going to work if I have to switch between 250 and 100. So I've been kind of inching my way closer to make that transition a little bit easier. Yet. Playing more HD early and honestly staying 230 feels very comfortable. Okay, well, we did better ever so slightly. I feel like this one. Hmm. I don't know that we're gonna pull out like a much better attempt than Danu. Biggest tip for those earlier patterns: aim earlier. Taps need to aim really early on. Gotcha. Yeah, I think that like I like that track for me for everything except for the ending. For two reasons. One, because I'm bad at taps. Well, the two weak points that I would say I have, one number one being taps. Now I'm getting better at taps ever so slightly now that I have hit sounds on, because I didn't know about that until recently, so that helps a lot with taps. Other thing is leaps. That just you kind of have to practice. If you can practice the ending, you win. That's the thing, though. That is the other thing about this song that I don't like is that the most difficult part is at the very end, which means I either have two ways of practicing it. One where I go slow and I play through the whole thing, or two, I play it full speed very often. It is the type of map that I would like to pull down to a slower tempo. But like you put this bad boy at half speed, that's like 10 minutes. And like most of that you're waiting to get to the most difficult part to practice. And that just eats up so much time. Welcome on in, Emmett. Just played the new 23-minute chart on 5x speed. I don't tempt me with a bad time. I'll do it. Paper once requested Desert Bus, and I had a moment there where I think I was slightly convincing, and that I said I was going to play through the whole thing because she requested it, and I play through all the requests. So it was like 5 minutes of me staring at the camera, being like, I'm going to do this for the next 8 hours. I didn't, but I feel like there was maybe a little bit of convincing in that. Maybe I was slightly. Hour and then nephews came over and had to stop. Yeah. I do want to play through the whole Revenge of the Sith, but probably not on stream for obvious reasons. Maybe we'll do a Discord event for that. Anyway, yeah. If there were like a way, I don't know. I think I've asked this before and the answer was like not yet. If there were an easy way to just clip that like last section so I could practice it over and over again, that would be great. I don't know how to make maps, so I feel like maybe that would be a bit of an ask. Wrote a script to delete 20 megabyte background, so your Lord of the Sith chart is really boring now. Other than making it. If you'd like, you can, because it might make it for yourself. If you do, please share it. I definitely need all the help I can get in this. Otherwise, it's just going to be a matter of putting in the time for it. Lecture's playing on making practice mode. Yeah, I think I read that. But like, what if it just already existed? Me asking for more custom charts. Me asking for features in software that I could never I could never make in my entire life. did not exist because Electro didn't make it yet. That is true. You do have a point there. All right, let's go Endless Summer. I'm coming for you, Emmett. Probably not this attempt, because I'm a streamer for like 5.5 hours, but... Emmett versus Prof show match. Based on that last last attempt, maybe that wouldn't work out so well for me. Just a thought. All right, I think is that all the charts? I am rapidly losing my ability to communicate. Believe so. Yeah. Other than HD, which we did earlier. Yeah. Okay. In that case, let me go grab my Switch, and I'll show you my very cursed Animal Crossing island briefly, and then we'll wrap up stream. Give me 2 seconds. All right, let me go over here. Enable game capture. Here we go. Oh, now we're audio delayed. That's not fun for me. Hold on. Oh, is it still? Yeah, it is. Oh, hold on. Please hold. How are we doing now? That's much better. All right, let me... Let me click some buttons. It's the wrong button. Maybe we try this one. How we doing now? Okay. This is not my Splatoon island, or this is not my Animal Crossing island. This is Splatoon. I lied. I bamboozled you. Yeah, this is my island. Inkopolis Square? Plaza? Which one is the Splatoon 2 one? I don't remember. It's Square, right? I don't remember. I'm a fake fan. Big man. Barely in frame. Big man, look away. Haven't heard that in a while. It is! Inkopolis Square. That's the Splatoon 2. This is going to be a bit of a surprise to me as well, because I don't remember the state of my island the last time I played. Good evening. Right now in Profilandia, it's 1:55 a.m. on Thursday. Don't have any big news to share. I'd like to touch on a seasonal topic. Bamboo. That's wonderful. Alright, let's show you my humble abode. This is the foyer. Never mind that. Last time I decorated here, it was Christmas. Let me show the upstairs. This is the master bedroom. Last time I decorated it, it was Halloween. This is the list of all the villagers that I've murdered. Here's my coffee maker. Some tea. And then on the wall we have Commander Tartar. Or I guess Tartar. If you like pronouncing things correctly. Don't mind that. In here we have the bathroom. I think. I don't remember. This is where I think about stuff and play Switch. We got a ball in the corner. Got a bath running. got a sink. To your right, we have the... I don't remember. I don't remember what's in here. The other bedroom. This is where I listen to music and fall asleep. Heaven. Yes, this is heaven. Currently playing, we have KK Break. Now, I'm going to leave this one up to y'all. Would you rather see what's behind the mystery door or check out the basement? I'll leave that up to you. All right, we got to vote for basement. Somebody, hello? Home invader? Special guest Quilson, everybody. I'm here at last. That's life. The fuck are you doing here? Did I surprise you? Yeah, it's 2 in the morning, dog. Good, that was my primary goal. Care to visit the basement? Wait, that's not the basement. I went the wrong way. Care to visit heaven? Come this way. Please. I forgot that this was in here. Welcome to the basement? I was playing a lot of Dead by Daylight when I made this room. Perhaps you can tell. It's far less intimidating when you put the light on. Actually, maybe it isn't. Now that I think about it, it's still pretty freaky. Anyway. Now, you might have been thinking to yourself, the basement is easily the most cursed room in the house, right? Oh, thanks for reminding me. I brought you an old-fashioned orange. Hope you like it. Thanks. Now get the fuck out of my house. What are you doing with that? I suppose you should probably get going now. Yeah, you should. No, stay. Really? Well, if you're sure, I guess I can stay a bit longer. Here, come follow me in this room. Made this one during the Easter event. See, there's the heaven room, there's the hell room, And the basement is how you get there. So yeah, you're picking up on the message. Also, this item is the most insane thing I've ever seen in a video game. Why does it exist? Why does this item exist? It's crazy. Anyway, you really get the sense from this angle, though. Yeah, exactly. So that's my humble abode. Oh, kick the microphone. Thanks for checking it out, Quilson. Well, now I suppose we can play a game. Sure. The game is high card, low card. Oh wait, maybe you should go through the rules. No. I can figure it out. Alright, we got a wrestler uniform. Draw the first card first. Alright. What do you guys think? Higher or lower than 6? Gotta vote for lower. Gonna tell my grandkids this was Balatro. Alright. We got a vote for lower. Let's see. Ooh, you're right. As promised, I will now hand you my wrestler uniform. Just barely lower. That was a blast. That's life. Plus, it was great training for my future career as a game show host. Thank you, Quilson. Can you leave my home? Maybe? Oh, are you headed out somewhere? Well, I'll be on my way then. See you later, Maestro. Anyway, that's my house. Hope you enjoyed the tour. I will say I'm quite proud of the exterior. Very rustic living. I don't remember what else is on this island. I feel like it's pretty standard, normal. Mostly. Oh, there's a run button. I totally forgot. Yeah, pretty standard fare, if I had to guess. Just your typical island. Got a lighthouse over here. You want to see something cool? Come over here. Oh wait. We'll go this way? Oh, let me show you my flowers. I have all of them. This is a naturally occurring star pond, by the way. I don't know what these are. I planted them like a year ago, I think, when they were new. It should be no surprise that there is one type of flower that I don't have, actually. And it's because you need to have a 5-star island to get it, and I just never bothered. It's over here. Oh, some bamboo. And then campground, and then my house. And then back here, though, if you come all the way back here through the trees, this is the second beach where I don't have anything. But this little part's kind of cool. Have a little tent over here as well. Where's the museum? Do I pull up the map? Is there like a mini map that I can pull up? Hold on. Not yet. Do I have to go to the map screen? I don't remember how the game works. Is it on my phone? It is. Oh, it's up there. I forgot I have it over here. Excuse me. Learning to play the game. Yeah, exactly. Here we have the museum. Nice little area, I guess. For our high pond, we have little jumping things. You can tell I'm a big fan of the jumping things. And then you got bog standard museum. It's filled out with everything except for the art stuff because that's when I stopped playing the game. But we'll say hi to Brewster. I love the little push. Here you go. One fresh brewed piping hot cup of coffee. Enjoy. Okay. Drink that shit right away. Now that's coffee. It's mild, but the full-bodied flavor still shines through. Delightful. Cool. Thank you very much. Alright, I think we will call it there for the stream. Thank you all for being here. Hope you enjoyed my very normal island. We will be back probably tomorrow, most likely, 8 p.m. US Eastern Time, I think. Wait, oh no, tomorrow's Thursday. I don't think I'm streaming tomorrow, actually. I lied to you. If I'm not streaming tomorrow, then I will be streaming Friday, for sure. So check out the Discord if you care to know. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate the raids. we are going to go raid a good friend of mine, friend of the show, Bagel Rabbit. She is an excellent violinist, taking requests. So feel free to check her out. If you're not able to stick around, be sure to leave a follow. Really great stream, great vibes. I will see you next time. Go say hi to Bagel for me. And have a... Oh, the music stopped. Have Mario Maker music instead. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, etc. And I will see you next time. Take care.